Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Prateek Mehta and this is my first YouTube video. And today I'll be talking about one of my favorite fictional series and the new television show called The House of the Dragon, and the book series called The Song of Ice and Fire. I have read the first 3 books of the series, and I've also read this, the quasi-academic history of Westeros and the history of Targaryen kings from Aegon the First to the regency of Aegon the Third. I read the first 3 books. Like I said, I did not read after that A Feast for Crows and Dance with Dragons because I don't think George is ever gonna write the book. So yeah, George, you're a burger away from heart attack. Please finish the book series. You're 74 now. Anyway, moving forward, let's get back to the review. And The House of the Dragon, the first episode, The Heirs of the Dragon. It's a fantastic premiere. I didn't expect it to be this good, and let's quickly get into it and talk about the setting. When I saw the Game of Thrones, I've always have had a little problem with it. It was the setting of the television show. Not saying it was bad, but it was bare bones. For example, the Castle of Winterfell. It is very inaccurate representation of the castle. And because I understood there was budget restraints and all that, but it is inaccurate mostly, and the court culture of King's Landing doesn't look much like court culture. It was dull and wasn't that good. However, this time we do not have those kinds of budget restraints. Exhibit A, the Castle of Harrenhal, which we first saw in season 2, it was not accurate at all. It's one of the biggest castles in Westeros, which was destroyed by Aegon the Conqueror during Aegon's conquest, and this time it's big and it's wide the way it's meant to be. It's a castle, and its main hall can host around 1,000 people, 10,000 people. It has 18 hearths, and yeah, we saw King Jaehaerys and the Great Council of 101, where they decided that King Viserys the First is going to be heir apparent, and yeah, it was fantastic. It was very accurate. Another thing I loved about the entire thing, which is finally accurate, is the Red Keep and King's Landing. The court culture looked like court culture. The Red Keep was bustling with people. It was huge. The shots were amazing, and that's how it was meant to be in the first show as well. The Iron Throne, I'm not gonna say it's a lot more accurate than the first series, but it's not necessarily the way how I imagined it in the books. But yeah, way better, and specifically the scene where King Viserys was talking to his brother Daemon Targaryen. Yeah, why it's so weird talking about Viserys and Daemon and Jaehaerys. Jaehaerys is my favorite Targaryen king when we're talking about. Anyway, going back to see, it was so good. That's how kings sitting on Iron Throne should look like, not how Joffrey and Cersei and Robert looked like. That's how Iron Throne looks, and it was fantastic. Yeah, so setting and also the Dragon Keepers, the Dragon Keep, they're all accurate, and the statues of dragons in King's Landing, they're all accurate, and I'm super happy about it. So thank you for doing that. And the setting is A+, 10 on 10. Enough about the setting, let's talk about the actors now. We have Millie Alcock playing Rangian Rhaenyra. We have Emily Carey playing Alicent Hightower. We have Riff Evans playing Otto Hightower. We have Paddy Considine playing King Viserys, and we have the very lovely Matt Smith playing Daemon Targaryen. And I couldn't have asked for better actors. The first series, Game of Thrones, have slight problems because I really like the Lannister actors. Lena Headey, Charles Dance, Peter Dinklage, and Nikolai Coster-Waldau. Rest everybody, other characters as well, but the main cast, I only like them. Emilia Clarke, Kit Harington, Maisie Williams, Sophie Turner, they're just decent, they're not that good. However, here we do not have that problem. All the actors are great. They're all nuanced. Let's talk about King Viserys, played by Mr. Considine. He's a fantastic actor. There's certain grounded nuance to his Viserys. So you need to understand that this book is only a historical record. it does not have the intimacy, the first person intimacy of Ice and Fire characters. So the writers here have written screenplay and we get inside their heads. And Viserys apparently is a dirty man who make dirty jokes. However, he's a decent, amiable king. He's weak, but he's not indecisive, so that's great. And Paddy does a fantastic job portraying him. And then we have I'm not going to talk about them individually. Emily Carey and Millie Alcock's dynamic of Rhaenyra and Alicent is one of my favorite things. Their dynamic is one of my favorite things in the entire show. It's slightly homoerotic because in the book we only get to hear that they're good friends. Here we get to truly see them how they are, and it's phenomenal. These girls play these characters fantastically. There's a certain shyness to Alicent, which is portrayed amazingly by Emily, and there's a certain arrogance and boastfulness in Rhaenyra, who's again portrayed amazingly by Millie, and I could not have asked for better actors. Even Millie's crying scenes were amazing, and I also have to give Millie the credit. Millie and Matt both cried for learning High Valyrian fantastically, and that was great, and good job, guys. And then we have Riff Evans playing Otto Hightower. He's Machiavellian, he's strong, he doesn't stop, he's very opinionated, and again, like I said, he's Machiavellian, and I'm super excited for his role ahead in the books because I know what's going to happen, and Riff Evans again does a very good job portraying him. Now coming to my favorite, the dashing, daring and dangerous Matt Smith, who plays Daemon Targaryen. He's the first person you see sitting on the Iron Throne. People think that's a foreshadowing. It's not. It's more like a parallel with Jaime Lannister. He's brutal and he's unforgiving, and there's a certain flow the way he plays. Matt Smith plays Daemon Targaryen, and he's mercurial, and I'm super excited for him to play this role more and see what Daemon is going to do. So you guys be prepared, prep yourself, because Daemon is going to be the star of this show. So actors, again, A+. Alright, let's talk about the screenplay and the plot. Alright, it's again the fight for the succession of the Iron Throne between Alicent and Alicent's son, who's going to be born in a while. His name is Aegon, his name is going to be Aegon, and Rhaenyra. It's not, people are confused, but it's not going to be about the succession is not going to be between Daemon and Rhaenyra. It's going to be about Alicent versus Rhaenyra, and they'll divide the court and they'll burn the Seven Kingdom. So it's a civil war. It's going to be a big civil war. Dragons fighting dragons, knights fighting knights. It's going to be super fun. The entire court will be divided after Viserys' death, and it kind of parallels the War of the Five Kings from the first book series. So that's pretty much the plot. Now let's coming back to the screenplay. I think the screenplay is decent. It's very good. Some things I didn't like. There are a few dialogues that I love. One of my favorite dialogues in this first episode was it's Otto Hightower who says that the gods are yet to make a man who lacks the patience for absolute power or grace, and that was fantastic. So screenplay is good. However, I loved how visceral Emma Aaron's childbirth was. However, the entire jousting along with the childbirth felt a little extended, but I understand they do not have much material to write on, so that was slightly too extended for my taste. But most of it is good and enjoyable. Not as good as the first series, but this is where they will, even in the future, will lack, as if Martin doesn't support them, but I think he will, and he'll also have to come write few episodes if the show has to reach the top class that Game of Thrones first few seasons were. So the screenplay is good. The plot is amazing. A good thing about the plot is it's end-to-end waiver. It's a finished plot. We're not going to face problems the problems he faced in the first show. So yeah, I think it's a great show. I definitely recommend it. I highly recommend it to anybody who's seen Game of Thrones. You really need to watch it like right now. It's phenomenal, and please give it a shot. Alright, and something I'm going to talk about, I'll be making another video, and my next video is going to be about another one of my favorite fiction. Yeah, we're going to talk about Attack on Titan and its abysmal ending. Fuck you, John. And it's abysmal Jesus Christ. And it's abysmal ending, and yeah, please wait for the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Namaste. Bye.